Welcome, this is Black Lotus, your YouTube script kiddie, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a Logstash file so you can move a CSV into a local host Elasticsearch instance. So for a Logstash file, there are three main parts. There's an input, filter, and output. In the input, since you are moving a file on your local system to a local host instance, you want to specify that you're sending a file. Within the file category, we will put a path and a starting position. The path is an absolute path to where your CSV files are located. In this case, I have it in my documents folder, and I have card data that was generated from makaru.com. And the second most important part is where you want the start position to be. I wanted to have it start at the beginning. Now there are many other options that you can put within the file. This is the simplest form of a Logstash file that you can create. Second thing we have is the filter. Some individuals will tell you that filters are not required. I am here to tell you that filters will make it significantly easier. Within the filter, you must have a CSV section. The CSV section can contain two options for the simplest type of Logstash file you can create. In this case, I have a columns section and a separator section. The columns are the columns in the CSV, every single one, in the exact order in which they appear. So I have a make, vin, and owned boolean field, and yes, those are in the exact order. If you do not have all of the columns in the exact order, you'll run into issues. The second thing I have is separator. In this case, it's simply a comma. One thing I like to include in the filter is a mutate field. I like to remove the host, message, and path fields. These are fields that Elasticsearch will automatically add when you review it in Kibana. I like to remove those. And then I am simply telling it that the owned field is in fact a boolean field. The third and final thing we will need is an output. 99 times out of 100, your output is going to be an Elasticsearch case. In the Elasticsearch section, we must have a host, user, and password. Host is an array of all the URLs that you're trying to include. In my case, I simply have localhost port 9200, the default port for Elasticsearch. And then the username and password are simply the default username and passwords that were generated when I installed Elasticsearch. Here I'm also specifying SSL and SSL certificate verification. One very annoying thing about the way Elasticsearch and Logstash is set up is that Elasticsearch expects an HTTPS request, by default, whereas Logstash sends HTTP by default, which is very strange that they have it set up that way, but that is the case. So in this case, I have specified that I want to send it via SSL, and then I don't want to check the certificate verification. Finally, I have the action that I want to index the CSV once it's in, and I want to index it in an index called cars. So one thing I will now do is I will go over to my terminal. I have an Elasticsearch server running. I have a Kibana server running. Now I'm going to start up the Logstash. I'm going to let that run. In the meantime, I have my CSV document. I have my card data in which the stream for Logstash will be looking for. Once the Logstash gets up and running, I will move my card data into the directory for which the stream is being checked. So it looks like it's the Logstash is getting going. So I'll go ahead and move that CSV. I'll go over to my browser. I'm already logged in at localhost 5601 for Kibana. I will go over to management in Kibana, and I will go to index management. And I can see already my car's data has already been uploaded, all 1000 documents. I'll scroll down to data views. I am currently in Kibana in Elasticsearch version 8.1.2. If you're working on an older version, data views will be called index pattern. It's the same thing. create data view, and then I will specify that I want to call this one cars. I'll get rid of the asterisks, and I don't want a time filter. Create data view, and I'll go over to Discover to take a look at my data. I'll change it to cars, and I can now see that all of my car data is now in Elasticsearch viewed through Kibana. And that's how to set up a Logstash file so that you can move a CSV into Elasticsearch on a local host. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got something out of it.